Welcome to a different kind of video. Today, a friend and I are doing a little bit of a collab and an exchange. I'm going to show her some videos about Mennonite, American/ish culture, and we're going to be reacting to it together, and then she's going to show me some videos of her culture. And yeah, I grew up Mennonite, a radical branch of the Reformation that's kind of splintered and coming to America, but especially conservative Mennonite is somewhat of a distinct culture in America today. I never actually felt totally American, just because we dressed different, didn't go to public schools, certain activities we didn't do, didn't listen to the radio, stuff like that. At the same time, realizing now as I get older, we are definitely American in a lot of ways, and not every conservative Mennonite felt like that. But anyway, we're just going to mainly talk about the culture, not theology so much today. I just have some random YouTube clips of certain things around Mennonite that'll be fun to talk about. But anyway, Rebecca, how do you feel about that?
Sounds great.
What do you know of Mennonite culture so far?
Well, our friends like Abram and Aaron or Ray are from like the very traditional branch, and then I've got other friends who are from the other end of the spectrum. So I feel like I've seen or heard like quite a huge variety. Like there's a huge difference between an old order or a sleeping preacher, Menno, and then you have like MCUSA friends on the other hand.
Anyway, so you ready to start with looking at some of the videos?
Okay. I'm prepared for whatever you have.
It's nothing that dramatic, but here we go. Alright, so this first one is actually some of my friends. They're camping. And this is actually rural Wisconsin, pretty similar to where I live. Tons of trees everywhere.
I always say Wisconsin is like living in Little House on the Prairie or the big woods.
It's actually where the book was written about, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. And like camping is a decent... Everyone goes camping probably a couple times a year. It's a normal thing.
Yeah, I've never been camping.
We forgot a lid!
These are friends of mine, actually. The guy gets and
is it the mom's blog or one of the kids?
One of the kids. This is no mommy blog. Eating, sitting around is a large part of camping culture. Something I really like it, just enjoying the outside. You can definitely see all the stuff that you have to bring along. So, next clip here is a choir singing at one of my friend's churches. This is also a Midwest Mennonite church, but is like one of the fanciest ones. Oh, it's a beautiful song. And this is something choir directors do when they're feeling kind of fancy. They'll spread the choir out among the building. But one thing with how like interconnected Mennonites is, like whenever you're watching a video like this, you're looking for people you know just to see who's been there. Like already I can count a couple handfuls of people that I would know who are watching. Just kind of fun.
And how many of them are your cousins?
Not saying. A handful of them too. So, a cappella singing is a pretty important part of conservative Mennonite culture. And choirs like this are definitely a big part of it. Like, there's a cappella singing at every church service, but then most everyone will have a chance to join a choir sometime if they'd like. It's nice as choirs go on tours to different churches. They practice the songs, maybe more complicated songs or more technical ones, and definitely can sing them more skillfully than what an average Sunday morning is usually. So for people who really enjoy the music, singing in these choirs and stuff is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'm not a very skilled singer, but it's really cool to do music with a group of people like that. It's some of my favorite musical memories, doing stuff like this. So, this next video, it's actually not Mennonite at all, but it's Anabaptist, so I figured it was close enough. Adina Walter. She is Hutterite from, is it Manitoba, I believe?
I think so.
Also an Anabaptist branch of the Reformation, but they all live in colonies, houses on one piece of land, and often work together on whatever projects and sources of income the colony has. And some things are similar enough. I thought it'd be fun to include. And she makes really good videos.
Have you ever been on a colony?
No. I remember while I was at Maranatha Bible School, we were visited by Hutterites. Back when Dean Taylor was with them. And Dean and some of these Hutterite guys, it was basically just kind of an exchange of ideas and stuff. They talked about their colony life and stuff. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but never visited one. I really want to.
So, like, do you see a lot of differences between your culture and Hutterite culture?
It definitely, like, we definitely have more of an aspect on community for projects than traditional American culture, but then they're like even farther on the community spectrum and how much they're together. So, like, we wouldn't help. We do church cleaning together a couple times a year. Should kind of be like this. Maybe not as thorough.
Would you live on a commune with the rest of your church?
It would be stretching. Could be done. I would maybe struggle a little bit more with the theology of it.
Oh.
I don't know though. I think you can have a communal spirit without the same property. Anyway, I just included this one because things like community are very important to Mennonites. And you can definitely see it kind of more extreme here, which I think is cool. And also cleaning. My mom is big into cleaning, and we have deep cleaned our house in nooks and crannies. Don't do it super often, but it's definitely happened. And something us kids sometimes struggle to understand a little bit, but at the same time you appreciate and you enjoy working together. Anyway, she's a really cool channel I like following. And she discusses some of the theology and practices of why things are done a certain way that's interesting too.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they're actually like this, they're different type, they're a different type of Hutterite from the traditional three branches. They're like, there is a fourth kind of affiliation that's like a modern type group. Elmendorf.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten the idea.
All those Fort Pitt are.
This next clip is not in America at all. It's kind of a missions clip. And missions are a decent part of Menno culture. Most everyone will go on at least maybe a short-term trip of some kind, and we can debate the ethics of those later. But anyway, you've been somewhat acquainted with Mennonite missions through a random coincidence almost, right?
Yeah. I think it's really cool for, like, it's like a way to see the world and
like for myself going to these places, it really makes you re-examine pacifism just because war and violence is so much of what's going on, and you have to think about why am I not carrying a gun with myself.
Ooh. Have you been there to Iraq?
Yep, Sinjar right here. Yeah, that we rode around in that truck too, and it is a piece of junk. I'm surprised it's still going. Yeah, it is just really sad to see too, all the useless destruction.
Do you feel like it's very different, like from what you see in your hometown and going to a place like Sinjar?
Oh, for sure. Well, and Sinjar just seems different than the rest of the world in how much it was destroyed, and not very many people live there. It also gives you a very different perspective on being American too, because a lot of the biggest destruction actually came from American bombs. Alright, and then this last one is also another vlogger from the Midwest here. She lives on a farm with her family, and she's just starting. She hasn't been going for too long, but it's kind of cool. She's cleaning.
Cleaning? Day in the life, clean with me.
Yes. You always need to clean.
So, is she also from Wisconsin?
Minnesota.
Oh.
Which is the state next door. She's talking a little bit about her mom has cancers in the hospital. She's being in charge of the house herself while she's gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna show this farm bit. It just had one little bit that cracked me up because it just reminded me of my working with my dad and stuff. Hopping on the back of the skid steer to balance it out when you're lifting something heavy. It's like so not safe, but it feels like something many people have done just to try to lift up a load. It's kind of just like one of those fun project things, and it's like kind of cool to see like their family all working together to get this done. Something that made me smile.
Yeah, very wholesome.
Yeah. And like agriculture and farming definitely used to be a lot more of a thing within Mennonite culture. Kind of because families like to work together and doing something practical with your hands is a real value. As the economy and culture shifts, people are getting a lot more white-collar jobs. And it's kind of sad that families don't work together as much as they used to. I would have had a chance to work with my dad in construction, my uncles and stuff, and I chose not to. And I kind of feel sad that I'm missing out on that. Well, and you can still be connected with your family even if you aren't working with them.
It seems like most of my friends are in construction, like Abram, Aaron.
Yeah.
Is that the most common, like, employment category?
Definitely top 5.
So.
Yeah, probably top 3 even. Anyway, so that's about it. What are your thoughts on Mennonite culture from observing it on YouTube?
Well, you've definitely showed me, like, a good range of very, like, church. I guess I feel like you were very deliberately anthropological. Like, church, family, recreation, missions.
Well, I kind of try, but it's a little bit hard. That probably covers a decent amount of it, yeah.
Very wholesome.
Yep. Would you say Mennonite culture is American?
I would say that it is a type of American subculture.
Even the question, what is American culture, is a bit of a fool's errand.
Yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of sense of like being countercultural is the ethos, but at the same time, the vibe that I kind of personally get is that it's still very American.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel bad. I feel like I kind of talked a little bit much. Maybe didn't let you talk.
No, we're gonna edit it down anyway.
Yeah.
We can let people have a
Anyway.
link to the playlist as well. Hey, so I hope this video was interesting. I enjoy exploring culture and history and lifestyle on this channel, doing all kinds of things. I went over to Patrick's channel to talk about the cool things that we do here in Malaysia and what it's like. And I also have some previous videos which were a collab with my lovely friend Brittany, where she taught me how to make Friday night buns and dress and look like a Schmiedelut Hutterite. That was very fun as well. So if you like sort of videos that I do here on this channel, do subscribe and like. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you again very soon.